Hey everyone, I'm LockheartQT and today I'm going to be diving deep into the spookiest, most terrifying maps in Call of Duty Zombies history as a bit of a Halloween special. These are the maps that have nightmares that keep you up at night and that are downright creepy and unsettling at times. So grab your perks, pack a bunch of weapons and let's get started. So, starting off with number 5. Number 5 on our list is The Darkest Shore from Call of Duty World War II by Sledgehammer in their Nazi Zombies mode. This map takes us to a fog-covered island with eerie sirens, horrifying experiments gone wrong, loads of body horror, and the dark, foreboding atmosphere and relentless undead waves make The Darkest Shore a chilling experience that will give you the downright creeps. Not only do you have jump scares on this map, as well as the body horror seen in the main Easter egg and in World War II Zombies as general, but you also have the thick fog, where enemies such as regular zombies, crawlers and the moishlers can hide in the fog and actually pick you off if you aren't prepared. And it's really cool, they essentially won't attack you in the fog until you attack them, so you won't see them coming, and I think that makes that quite scary. At number 4 we have Zetsubo Noima from Black Ops 3. This map transports players to a remote, overgrown Division 9 research facility in Japan, with its murky waters, relentless spiders for people with arachnophobia, which is quite a lot of people, and mutated zombies' wild nature and plant life. Zetsubo Noima, also known as Island of Despair, is a nightmarish paradise that leaves a lasting impression for Black Ops 3. Again, you have jump scares with Treyarch elevating them on. Essentially, they built on the actual jump scares in Zombies, where you just have like a still image and some like horror music with a scream. They actually had an Easter egg in the map where you can clone yourself using a pod and then gain a jump scare via that clone, and it's actually quite creepy because it's your character. You also have thrashers that can eat players and essentially steal them off and kill them, and then you have perversions of nature with plant life and sounds such as creepy laughter and random screaming off the side of the map that really sets in the anxiety of being alone on an island, especially in solo. Coming in at number 3 is Mob of the Dead from Black Ops 2. This map is set in Alcatraz Island and features a truly eerie setting where the 4 mobsters are essentially stuck in purgatory in a pocket dimension run by the Shadow Man, having to repeat a cycle over and over again. You have the ghostly afterlife where you can actually transform into a ghost to power things and do things with the Easter egg, and the penitentiary's grim history and the lore behind Alcatraz itself. And you have the relentless weapons such as the Hell's Retriever, you have the demon dog known as Cerberus sort of popping in and out of the map to essentially give you the Hell's Retriever, then the Hell's Redeemer, and this all combines for an experience that's bound to make your skin crawl at times. And you also have the deep lore of the inmates of Alcatraz, how they were punished, how they were tortured and killed. You have zombies hanging from the ceiling with dripping blood. Again, you have jump scares, and finally the grim fate of our crew dying at the electric chair or ending the cycle in one of 2 ways. At number 2 we have the classic map Verruckt from the original Call of Duty World at War. Now if you think of horror maps in Call of Duty Zombies, Verruckt is going to be one of the first maps that comes to your mind. So much so that Verruckt was actually the main inspiration when Jason Blundell and his crew were designing Zetsubo Noima's horror elements. So that goes to say that generally, doesn't it? This insane asylum map was one of the first truly horrifying experiences in Call of Duty Zombies. The tight, claustrophobic corridors, shocking jump scares, and terrifying sound design make Verruckt a true classic in the horror genre, not just in Call of Duty Zombies. Verruckt also had the dentist chair, where if you pressed X or square on it, you would essentially get screaming and dentist sounds and just body horror sounds. You'd have super sprinters for the first time in Call of Duty Zombies. These were zombies that could run a lot faster, screaming a lot more, and just running towards you, and it's quite scary seeing one of these come around the corner on like a very high round. Again, random screaming, random sound design such as creepy child laughter. And all of this just left a really unsettling atmosphere where you just don't feel safe at all times. And now it's time for the scariest map of them all, in my opinion at least, with number 1, Naar Toten. This map started it all for the Call of Duty Zombies storyline. The simplicity of an abandoned German airfield bunker, the endless undead horde, and the iconic eerie atmosphere still sends shivers down our spines after all of these years. There's nothing that's come close I'd say the only thing that has come close is probably Verruckt, as they were the first two maps. I mean, back then they weren't focusing on intricate elements. It was literally just the simplicity of surviving against a horde of zombies, and they focused on horror elements. At the end of the day, it's where the zombie apocalypse began, and it's still one of the most chilling experiences in all of gaming. It started off Nazi zombies back then, where most maps nowadays have soundtracks, goofy Easter eggs and deep lore and stories. Naar Toten just focuses on horror. It creates anxiety, as at any point you don't know whether you're going to be attacked by a random zombie popping in from a room downstairs. Plus, this was my first ever zombies experience, and back then, I've got to be honest, I was a child bordering on a teenager when World at War came out. And I remember playing Naar Toten and being really scared whilst playing it, to the point where one of my first playthroughs I genuinely had to stop the game because my anxiety was that bad. I just felt really unsettled playing on solo. I had to play with other people. And I think after all of this time, Naar Toten still stands as the zombies map with the best sort of horror elements, just purely for the fact that it doesn't have loads of blood and gore. It just has simplistic horror. You are a lone soldier in an abandoned airfield bunker fending off against a horde of zombies, and especially on solo in World at War, things like the full moon, the fog, the eerie atmosphere all create a brilliant horror experience. So there you have it, the top 5 scariest Call of Duty Zombies maps of all time that will have you checking your corners and watching your back whilst playing them. Do you agree with this list, or do you have your own personal horror-filled favourites? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Call of Duty Zombies content, especially during this Halloween. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.